Hey Chelsea family, stay connected with us every single day on Chelsea Daily News, your #1 channel for the latest updates, breaking transfer stories, training ground reports, and in-depth analysis about our beloved Chelsea FC. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a single update. From transfer sagas to match previews, from player interviews to tactical insights, we've got it all covered for you. Subscribe now and join the growing community of passionate Blues fans worldwide. In what could become one of the biggest transfer stories of the summer, Chelsea have reportedly submitted their first official offer for Manchester United's highly rated winger, Alejandro Garnacho. According to sources close to the negotiations, the London club tabled a bid worth $40 million, marking the opening chapter of what many expect to be a long and intense saga between two of English football's fiercest rivals. The 20-year-old Argentine, who has quickly established himself as one of United's brightest prospects, has attracted significant attention across Europe with his electric pace, direct dribbling, and fearless performances on the big stage. Chelsea's interest, however, has raised eyebrows, given the historical animosity between the two clubs and the rarity of direct transfers involving star players. Chelsea's ambition. Under the spotlight. Chelsea's pursuit of Garnacho speaks volumes about the club's ambition to rebuild under their new sporting project. Since the arrival of American ownership and the appointment of recruitment specialists, the Blues have aggressively targeted young, high-potential players who can be moulded into long-term stars. Garnacho, with his explosive style and already proven ability in the Premier League, fits perfectly into that vision. Club insiders suggest that the $40 million offer was never expected to be accepted outright, but rather designed to test Manchester United's resolve. Chelsea know full well that prizing away Garnacho will take far more than a single opening bid, but this move signals the seriousness of their intent. Manchester United's position: unmoved and defiant. At Old Trafford, the reaction has been one of defiance. Garnacho is widely considered untouchable within the current squad, a cornerstone of both present and future plans. United manager Erik ten Hag, as well as newly appointed football director Dan Ashworth, view the Argentine as a non-negotiable asset. United sources insist that Garnacho is not for sale at any price. His importance extends beyond the pitch. He represents the club's successful transition into promoting and developing homegrown talent alongside strategic signings. Fans, too, have taken Garnacho into their hearts, with many viewing him as the heir to the legacy of club greats who made their mark on the wing. Nevertheless, football history is full of examples where the phrase "not for sale" has eventually been tested by irresistible financial offers. Garnacho's camp. Watching closely. While Manchester United appear committed to keeping him, Garnacho's representatives are said to be closely monitoring the situation. The young winger is ambitious, and while he is happy at Old Trafford, Chelsea's interest could be used as leverage in future contract negotiations. Garnacho signed a new long-term deal with United in 2023, running until 2028. But in modern football, such contracts often provide more negotiating power to the selling club rather than ironclad guarantees. Sources close to the player suggest he is focused on his development and international aspirations with Argentina, but the mere presence of Chelsea's offer has introduced a new dynamic into the conversation. Rivalry factor, a complicating twist. Transfers between Manchester United and Chelsea are notoriously rare, and when they do occur, they are often clouded in controversy. For United to even consider selling one of their brightest young stars to Chelsea, a direct Premier League rival, would be unprecedented in the modern era. Chelsea's strategy, therefore, is bold, perhaps even audacious. It reflects their belief that the current football market is unpredictable, and that even deals once deemed impossible can materialise under the right financial and sporting conditions. Why Garnacho? Chelsea's squad, while rich in attacking options, has often lacked consistency and cutting edge in the final third. Garnacho's fearless one-on-one ability, combined with his work ethic and knack for scoring in big games, makes him an ideal fit for what Mauricio Pochettino, or any manager in the Chelsea hot seat, wants to build. Moreover, Garnacho's Argentine heritage could resonate with Chelsea's tradition of South American stars, while also fitting into the Premier League's evolving landscape of youthful, high-energy attackers. Financial dynamics. What would it take? The opening $40 million offer is widely seen as symbolic rather than decisive. Experts suggest that United would laugh off such a figure, given the current transfer market where unproven talents are often valued far higher. A more realistic valuation for Garnacho, considering his age, talent and contract length, could exceed 80 to 100 million. Chelsea's challenge will be to convince United that parting with him could fund reinforcements in other areas, something that might appeal if United face financial fair play constraints. However, United's commercial value in keeping Garnacho may outweigh any potential transfer fee. The Argentine is a marketable star, and his presence strengthens United's global brand. Fan reactions, outrage and shock. As news of Chelsea's bid broke, social media platforms were flooded with reactions. United fans expressed outrage at the audacity of the London club, with many insisting that selling Garnacho would be tantamount to sporting betrayal. Chelsea fans, on the other hand, expressed excitement, but tempered it with realism. Many acknowledge that United will not easily part ways with Garnacho, but the fact that their club is making such bold moves is seen as a positive sign of ambition after a turbulent couple of seasons. Expert analysis. The saga begins. Football pundits have been quick to weigh in on the unfolding saga. Former players turned analysts highlight that while Chelsea's approach is unlikely to succeed at the $40 million level, it sets the stage for weeks, perhaps months, of speculation. Garnacho is exactly the type of player United must build their future around, said one ex-United legend. If Chelsea want him, they'll have to pay a figure so astronomical that it becomes a decision for the boardroom rather than the manager. Others argue that Chelsea's interest is as much about disrupting United as it is about signing Garnacho. By targeting one of United's prized assets, Chelsea have inserted themselves directly into their rival's transfer narrative. What happens next? For now, Manchester United have no intention of entering negotiations. But Chelsea's opening salvo has changed the dynamics of the transfer market. Garnacho's name will now be discussed in every boardroom meeting, every press conference, and every fan debate for the remainder of the window. If Chelsea return with a second bid, perhaps significantly higher, the pressure on United to take a firm stance will only intensify. At the same time, Garnacho himself will be placed under the spotlight, with every comment and body language moment analysed for clues about his intentions. The saga, it seems, is only just beginning. Conclusion: a defining transfer story in the making. Chelsea's first offer for Alejandro Garnacho, set at $40 million, may not move the needle at Old Trafford, but it has set the stage for one of the defining transfer stories of the summer. It pits ambition against loyalty, money against tradition, and two giants of English football against one another in a high-stakes game. Whether Garnacho remains a Manchester United player or eventually dons the blue of Chelsea, this saga will not fade quietly. Instead, it promises weeks of speculation, negotiations and drama, the lifeblood of football's summer theatre.